Christine Handy. She is, get this, ready for this, guys? So not only is she a breast cancer survivor, she's a mother, all right? She is an international motivational speaker. She's going back to school to get her master's, okay? She's also, come on, Christine, help me out here.
I'm a model of 40 years.
Model of 40 years.
I'm a mentor. I'm a mother of 2 sons. I'm getting my master's degree at Harvard. What else?
That's right. So, it's like one of those McDonald's campaigns. Good.
I'm an influencer. I'm a brand influencer.
So you do it all.
I do it all. I have no social life.
That's okay, me.
For real.
Awesome. All right. Okay. So speaking of motivational speaker, okay, what is it that you specialize in as far as what type of motivation?
Yes.
Okay. And how did you decide to take that as a career path on top of everything else?
Yes. So when I was going through chemotherapy, which was traumatic, I had.
How long ago was that?
2012 and 2013. So when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, I thought for sure, well, my life is over because I had fully depended on what I looked like for 30 years prior to that because I was a model.
It paid the bills.
Not just that. It was my identity. It was my self-worth. And when you have your self-worth on things that can be taken away, you're never very stable. And so my self-worth shattered. I lost my hair, I lost what I looked like, I was going through chemotherapy, I didn't know what the outcome of cancer was going to be. And I was meditating on that fear, that worry, and that loss of self-image that I thought I was dependent upon. And when I started going through chemotherapy, I started to realize, because of the women and the people that showed up in my life, my worth had nothing to do with what I looked like. My worth had nothing to do with what I could do. It was about being me. It was about
I need tissues right now.
And so I rebuilt my life. I went through chemotherapy for 15 months. And when I was on that bathroom floor, throwing up and unable to eat and wondering if I would make it to the next day, I started to meditate on things that could not be taken away. Not about my weight, not about what I looked like. It was about faith, it was about self-confidence, it was about self-love. Who was Christine Handy? I had no idea. So I took the time, 15 months going through chemotherapy, I took the time to figure out who I was. And after that, I said to myself, okay, I can use this story of being dependent on false idols and materialism and society's accolades, which, by the way, they weren't keeping me up. They weren't keeping me close at night and hugging me and taking care of me through chemotherapy. I didn't care. And so I was like, I was on quicksand. I built my life on quicksand. And so when I started to rebuild my life on faith and started to work on my self-esteem, I said to myself, I'm going to use my story to help other people.
Yes.
I'm going to rebuild my life on concrete so nobody can ever take it away, including myself. And that's when I wrote my book. That's when I started to become a speaker. That's when I started modeling again and saying, you know what? If I don't have a chest, if I'm concave, I can still model. I called up my modeling agency and I said, I'm coming back to work. And they said, well, we better take a look at you. So I went in and they were like, I don't know about this. And I said, oh, I know about this. I'm going to work. And so I went up to New York Fashion Week and I was uninvited to the shows. I politely got invited. I worked my way in. I went up to brands and I said, my name is Christine Handy. I've been modeling for 40 years. I'd like to walk in your show. And guess what? 4 brands hired me.
Look at that. So I got a lot of things on that. I think it's absolutely phenomenal. I really do. So can you say that maybe having gone through the breast cancer, your experience and the chemo was like a silver lining? Maybe
yes.
Like a blessing in disguise that unfortunately you had to go through that
yes.
that battle. But if you had not gone through that, would you been able to do what you do now?
No, I think I would still be stuck in that comfort of discomfort, right? Being kind of stuck in dependent on society's accolades, being kind of stuck in, I need to be the pretty girl, I need to be a certain weight, I need to be a certain this, right? And I was putting myself in a box that was unattainable, right? Yeah. And so when I became sick and sickly and needing constant care and attention from other people, they weren't there because I could do something for them. They were there because they loved me. And I was like, well, if they love me, why am I not loving me? I got to figure out where this girl is, this little girl that's been hiding all this time. I need to figure out who she is and what she wants. And I just said to myself, I need to serve. Serving is what brings me joy. All this materialism and money and accolades and all those other things, it's flattery.
Yeah.
It doesn't sustain you.
Yeah, and Alanis Morissette once said, you know, life has a funny way of helping us out.
Yeah.
You know, so going through that battle and then giving you that vision, that wake-up call to know that it's okay to set aside your past and be able to focus on doing bigger and better things, but in a different route, but still being able to, again, to make that impact to those that need it most.
Right.
Okay. And so where can people, I guess, find you if they want to work with you, if they need that motivational coach, if they need that book to read?
Yeah.
How can we find you? How can we get a hold of you?
So my book is called Walk Beside Me by Christine Handy, and my website is christinehandy.com. I'm on all socials. On Instagram is Christine Handy 1 because somebody already had Christine Handy. So
Oh, wait, is it the number one or just spelled out one? All right.
Christine Handy 1. And I work for 5 speaking agencies. I work for a modeling agency. I have a manager. There's a lot of ways to get in touch with me, but Google me because there's a lot of articles been written, and it's a hopeful story, and my intention is to give people hope.
That's really, but you know, sometimes that's all people really need.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
just to get over that little hump that they're in, and just a little thing of hope.
Yeah, so often we get stuck, right? Paralysis of loss of self-image, and if we can just get over that hump by maybe hearing somebody else's story of survival, then that can give us courage until we find the courage within ourselves.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And I love you, Christine. This is absolutely beautiful. And until then, we are going to say it's a wrap, and thank you so much for joining us at Wonder Woman Initiative.
Thank you.